You may be shocked. But until I was 17, I didn't have a girlfriend at all. Yes, I know, it's hard to believe, because how can you refuse this guy? Just look at him. A frightened female cry asterisk, yes, not only girls, but also guys should run after such a handsome man, you thought. But unfortunately only guys ran. And not at all with declarations of love. Moreover, during my school years, it's not that I didn't meet girls, I didn't even smell them at all. Yes, I'll tell you more, I was afraid to look at them. Well, at least until the 6th grade. Because, you know, at first girls grow faster than boys. And in my class there were only meat-killing machines at all. Yes, they could give pussy asterisk lay purely for fun. Not that for a sideways glance. No, well, I won't say that I was really so weak. For my frenzied strength, I was once even nicknamed Tushkin. Somewhere in class 5, I could already be on equal terms with women, including it would be possible to already start communicating with someone, but purely boyish complexes like and if she doesn't like Turtles Ninja, what can you talk about with her at all? They took me away from communicating with the female half of the class. Except for one thing. Once I was put with the most beautiful girl of the class. We even started to communicate well with her. Well, you know, it's a feeling when a girl just gave you a spare pen, and you're already thinking about what you'll call the children together. In general, it's already normal, we talked amicably. Well, I was sitting in class one day and I suddenly itched, so to speak, the crotch area. I even had a hole in my pocket on purpose for such a case. Well, in short, I quietly put my hand in my pocket. I'm doing all the business there, and then, apparently, she thought that I had some chips or crackers in my pocket and I was eating them into a rat and not sharing. Turns to me and says, "Oh. What's in your pocket? Share what you eat," and put such a hand in my pocket Herix. In general, since then she has not communicated with me anymore. By the way, if this is a real story, then I entered a technical school, it's student time. It would seem that it's time to find a girl. But the problem is that there was only one girl in my specialty, and she smoked 3 packs of cigarettes in an hour so romantically, swearing, that I decided, perhaps I'm not worthy of her. The rest of the specialties were also mostly sausage collectives. I have not been able to get acquainted with my interests in other places, because my hobbies are quite specific. If you don't have a Sharingan, you won't see my love. If you do not collect a butterfly until the 30th minute and do not know what a plume is, then we are not on the way at all. It was extremely difficult for me, because there was no Badu before, because there you can make pleasant acquaintances as quickly and easily as possible based on appearance, hobbies, and location. If you, for example, have always been a fan of some celebrity, then you can easily find hundreds of similar options on Badu. But the coolest thing is, of course, people nearby. You sit like this and immediately look at who is a couple of steps away from you ready to chat and meet with you right now. I'm fine, guys, a link in the description. By the way, if it weren't for social networks, I probably would have worn my proud, virgin mustache, because my first girlfriend found me there herself. Then everything went like clockwork. Girls have changed, experience and knowledge have grown, and today I can authoritatively give some advice. How to find the right girl. Still, we want the girl to be smart and beautiful, able to cook borscht and at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, if anything, to stand. So, the first question is, and the fuck are you so smart to her? In general, have you given up? I understand that mom told you that she already has the smartest, but if your only book is the navigator of the game world, then even 5k MMR for every 50 hours of Dotka won't save you. It would be nice to read at least half of the book, to interest at least some knowledge of the second. Nah asterisk did you give up on her so handsome? Many will say that often girls don't care what kind of pumped up and strong full P asterisks des you are there. And they know about it, no one cares. I'm not saying that you need to sew around the clock like a cock on a horizontal bar, and I'm not saying that you need to live in a rocking chair like a moron. But in order to avoid injuries when patting a girl on the shoulder, it is worth at least occasionally looking at earnings for physical condition. The most controversial criterion. If, for example, you are a student and your food is beef doshik taken from a homeless man in a fight, for a normal girl it is not as important as your ambitions. Another conversation is that if you are already over 30 and you are still selecting beach bags, then, unfortunately, for any decent girl, as a man, you, alas, are not effective. On the other hand, if you stick out your well-being, of course there will be more profit, but then don't be surprised that only corrupt skins are interested in you and there are no normal girls left. Fourth, never pretend to be someone you are not. The first month is Leo Tolstoy, well, and in the third, X asterisk are simple. If you are trying to portray the character of her dreams in the first month of dating, then do not be surprised to part with the words, "You have changed. You have become different." Because initially she liked you for completely different qualities, which you got for a while, just to please her. How to make you loved for what you are initially to show what you are. This does not mean that at the first meeting it is necessary to fall out in truckens and fart with gusto. And this means that no one likes fuckers. From the first dialogue, the girl will probe you. Never adjust. Equality exists only in the imagination of feminists. All girls feel and love power. Not in terms of the fact that you can prescribe her a kosher lokig and throw it from the deflection. And in terms of inner core and confidence. Initially, immediately show that she is not your only option. And not everything revolves around her. By the way, you have affairs of an intergalactic scale and the forest is underfed. And it doesn't matter how beautiful, chic she is and at what social and financial levels you are. You're a conqueror, you make the decisions. Her only decision is whether to be with you or not.
Otherwise, obscene speech asterisk she'll eat you, be asterisk 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 asterisk, on the THU. Scream asterisk scream and mate asterisk sixth.
Don't think that someone will change for the sake of someone. No one ever changes, especially for someone. The changes can only be cosmetic, such as quit smoking, for example. But the essence of a person always remains the same. So, if at first you flatter yourself that you will simply change a character trait in her that you don't like or change yourself, drop this idea. No one has ever changed anyone. 7th. Never be afraid of failure and think objectively. It is better at the initial stage of correspondence and the first meeting. Sift out 1,000 to find one that suits you exactly than each time grabbing for any nipping relationship and then spending weeks or months on a deliberately unsuccessful union. Perhaps, this is all for all successful and sincere love. Write in the comments your most unusual case of dating. By the way, I read all the commentaries, and, sometimes, I even answer interesting questions. Subscribe to the channel, of course. Well, and let's do it like this. Those who have a standing finger and those who do not have a standing finger are not standing. So to speak, let's see how many of us there are.